Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Today's Restaurant News Networking Group, Chapter 1. We are a group of vendors in the food service industry who are here to help each other and to help restaurateurs, managers, and chefs with any problems they may have or incur or any questions they need to have answered. So if you'd like to submit a question or join us at a meeting, give us a call at 561-620-8888 or go on our website at trnusa.com and go to the networking section. We have some people here, returning people. Casey, you want to introduce your passenger?
Actually, he stepped out for a bit. So
Oh.
I lost him.
Okay.
Hopefully you weren't moving when you lost him.
Yeah, my husband, he was here with me, and we're kind of running some business out of the truck today. So, but he stepped away for a phone call. And
what's his first name?
Shane.
Shane.
His name.
Okay. And as I mentioned earlier, we have a gentleman here, Dario Behr, who information I got from Darren. And Dario is looking for a new opportunity within a restaurant. He's a chef. So Dario, if you would, tell us who you are, what you'd like to accomplish, and we'll see if we can help.
Yes, thank you, Howard. Good morning, everyone. My name is Dario Behr. I've been in the restaurant industry in the States since 1999. I lived in San Francisco for about 4 years, 12 years in Santa Barbara, and the last 8 years I've been here in Florida working in different restaurants, right? These last 3 years, the position that I have, I was working for a company called Reef Technologies on the kitchen side, which take care of pretty much it's a ghost kitchen concepts that they build trailers inside parking lots and in their urban areas around the whole country. So I start over there in July 2020 with the pandemic. It was really good because there was a lot of ordering from the applications. This just work with everything through like delivery platforms like Uber Eats, DoorDash, GrabHub, Postmates. And what I was doing over there in the beginning, I was hired as a regional culinary trainer. So that means every brand that go on board with the company, I learn it, and then I go out on the field and train the employees that they actually work on the vessels, is what we call the execution kitchens. I did that for about a year and a half, or about a year and a half. And then they promote me. They open a section, is a new department called the QA department, Quality Assurance and Food Safety. And I was doing that for the last year until last February 6th. I was in charge of the East Coast area, so I did a lot of traveling. I have cities like Baltimore, New York, Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, the area in Miami, which we have a lot of locations here because it's home base in Brickell. And I was just doing, performing internal audits for the company to make sure that we were ready for the health department when it's time, when they do visits. So I just making sure everything on the food safety part was good. And at the same time, I also help out and reinforce some training if I see that the training was needed. I've been in the restaurant industry, like I said, in the States since 1999. I also was executive chef from a restaurant, Mexican Tex-Mex concept called Cabo Flats. I opened Yeah, I opened the Dolphin Mall location as a sous chef, and then they promoted me to executive chef, and I opened the Doral location and the Pembroke Pine location. Unfortunately, this restaurant is not longer in the market anymore, as I will say 3 years ago. But I just been doing everything related to the executive chef job, right? From controlling your numbers, controlling your labor, controlling your food costs, manage a group of people, 35 people, between a couple different shifts. I mean, I also create dishes. I make sure that the systems are in place. I mean, I work on a catering industry too, a little bit before in California. I've been in hotels, so I kind of been all over the like the sections of the culinary chef, and also as a QA director and a regional training in this former job that I got. What goal? I'm trying to find something similar or what I was just doing, because I would like to grow in the industry. But I mean, I'm just out on the market, guys. I don't know if you guys have any contacts. I always will appreciate the help.
Mhm.
I see I can put that resume out there to be able to I mean, show my skills.
I know Kevin is drooling.
Thumb up.
Well, I got a recruiter that I work with out of that market, and actually I was talking to them 2 weeks ago, and they need an executive chef position filled. Where do you live, Dario?
I live Sunrise, Florida. I'm like Lauderhill, Sunrise. I'm in like the
Okay.
Florida area, Broward County. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, I would love to talk to you and introduce you to this recruiter that I've known for a very long time and specializes in executive chef level and above positions. So we can talk offline when you get a chance.
Excellent, Captain. Thank
We
you.
also have a recruiter in our early meeting, and I can put you in touch with him. And yeah, I think that would be helpful. And perhaps even Sal and Rochelle might have a contact for you.
Absolutely.
But they're not here today. I don't know.
Yeah, let me know how we can share the resume, if I can just put it over here, or just give me the contact info, and I send you guys my resume on it.
Like I said, I'm going to send out a spreadsheet with everybody's contact
Perfect.
information,
Yes, sir.
so you can do that. But
Yeah,
I think you
he'll
have
speak
it.
to Kevin right after. That way, Kevin will get a chance to introduce him to the recruiter that he knows.
Thank you. Yes.
Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you, Captain.
Welcome aboard, and I'm pretty sure we'll be able to get you some contacts.
Perfect. Appreciate it.
Okay. So is Pam still here? Okay, Pam.
I'm still here.
Okay,
Right.
why don't you start us off with the intros so that Dario knows who we are and the people watching will know who we are. So Pam, start us off.
Great. So this is Pamela Hewitt, and I'm with Navitas Credit. Not to age myself, but I have over 20 years experience in the equipment finance industry and working capital for businesses. As Howard and Terry know, I actually had my own company and was an independent consultant for many years / broker. And so I'm very up on what's happening in the industry for companies and restaurants that might want to finance, including I do a lot in food manufacturing. And basically, I think the key thing for the people in the group that's important for what we do, we're an $800 million direct lender. This company, and I know all the companies in financing, cares about their clients and their vendors. So we offer, like, for startup restaurants or businesses, we're one of the only companies in the industry that offers up to $35,000. I mean, like day one startups at reasonable rates, not 40% rates. Now, there's criteria. The owners have to have a 720 credit score, stuff like that. We also can finance any equipment, expansion, working capital that a company might need. We do pay referral fees. And basically, I'm excited about this group because, being in Florida, though I've done a lot in food manufacturing, I'm seeing that, and I'm based out of St. Petersburg, so everybody knows. This area is just going crazy with restaurants and expansion and hospitality, just like your area is, and really all of Florida. So it's really exciting to network with all y'all because there's so many opportunities out there. Companies need money, they need options, they don't know where to go to get it. There's a lot of bad players that say we can do this and can't do that. So I work from a consultative in a group like this viewpoint as well. So if anybody needs to ask me a question about financing for a client or a vendor, whatever, just let me know.
Great.
How do we get in touch with you?
My cell direct is 813-531-0654. I'm
Okay,
typing it right now, and I will put my email in here, but it's hard for anybody to type Navita's credit because nobody knows how to spell it. So
okay, Pam,
thank you so much for the opportunity, Howard. Like I said, I was since the pandemic, right? I've been at 3 calls, and I'm already working with one of your members.
That's
John.
wonderful.
It's awesome.
We can almost see you. I can see the outline. It looks like you almost need just light. It's strange, right? Am I the only one that can see her?
I hope you don't see me right now. It's a baseball cap and everything. I don't
Okay.
know what happened. But I will know after this because I will call our IT team.
okay, Pam,
Yes.
now that you are a member, make sure to friend me on Facebook if you're on Facebook so that I can invite you to come onto the private Facebook page for the group.
Okay.
Okay, good. And let's go to Casey. Good morning. You're on mute.
There's so much
Hey.
background.
There you go.
So there's a lot of background noise being in the truck, and I had my partner with me, and he took a phone call, and he hasn't returned. So, but we are SC Jetting. We're a sewer and drain cleaning company, and we do commercial and residential, but we specialize in the restaurant, kitchen. Partnering with them to keep their kitchen lines clean and moving so that they can stay in business and something catastrophic doesn't happen while they're trying to do business. And we work here in Central Florida. We work coast to coast. Depending on the contract, we can travel. So we're willing to do restaurants anywhere. So again, we are SC Jetting, and our number is 863-458-3609.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Mike, don't go away. I was just gonna call you. Good morning,
I'm
Mike
sorry,
Sinatra.
I apologize. I got to step away for a brief moment again. I apologize.
All right, I'll call you back later.
All right, thank you.
Peter Robinson, are you there? Okay, how about Randy? These are the guys that were all.
Yeah. Good
There he
morning, everybody. There I am. I'm having some issues with my camera. I've changed it from, I had a Microsoft meeting and it's not working. So anyway, I'm on. Good morning, everybody. Randy Pumputis here with Heartland Payroll. Kevin, welcome to the group. Please send me your resume. I'll blast that out on LinkedIn. I deal with a lot of businesses, both new and existing, looking for your level of experience. So I'd be happy to help you. We handle everything from startups to acquisitions to expansions, not only in bringing on new talent, but everything payroll related. A couple interesting things happening right now. I just solidified a new franchise group. We'll be able to announce it mid-March. Let me see here. Out of the 9,800 members, the 3 largest franchise groups are all hospitality. So one of them is a charcuterie board, charcuterie delivery service.
Yep.
I can't say who it is, but this thing is taking off like hotcakes. They're going to have 100 new units, if you will, in the course of the calendar year in South Florida. So
Yeah.
once that ink is dry and they're looking for expertise within this group, I'll be sure to share that with everybody.
Major congrats.
Yes.
Yeah, big things happening. So very excited and couldn't be in a better place right now.
Okay, great. Congratulations. Peter, let's get you on.
Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me this morning?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can
yeah.
sort of hear
Thank you.
you.
By the
good.
way, that's purely by accident. It's purely by accident I have this working. So purely by accident. Anyway, good morning to everyone. And boy, that presentation last week was very, very good on those kiosks. Very well done. I'm a business broker, business intermediary, and businesses take too long to sell. They're tricky, they're complicated. If you know someone who is selling their business, looking for commercial property, or even residential, which I'm now expanding into, please have them call me. By the way, anyone in this group that needs any kind of purchase of any property, I will work out a special commission rate with them. And I am allowed to do that in the state of Florida. So I work on restaurants, sell restaurants and other types of businesses. My website is hudsonrobinson.com. I'm located in Boca Raton and I can be reached at 561-445-8198. There are many, many people moving to Florida and looking for opportunities.
You bet. Okay, thank you. The dynamic duo, John and Kevin.
Good morning.
You're missing the third amigo.
I think I'm Batman, right, Kevin?
You are. I'm Robin today.
What a beautiful day. So our fearless leader, Chris, is still recovering from surgery, so he can't hardly talk. So Kevin, do you want to inform people on the opportunities they have with us?
Sure, of course. So my name is Kevin Anderson. It's John Mulholland. We are with Strategic Supply Chain Partners, www.ssc.partners. We're a full-service restaurant consulting company, primarily focused on helping small to medium-sized restaurant groups and how they negotiate their arrangements with their distributors and vendor partners. We're currently averaging a little bit over 10% savings on all of their distribution expenses. And then we work on helping them relook at how they buy, what they buy from the manufacturer. So getting different kinds of deviated pricing and rebates, saving our clients enormous amounts of money over the last many years. And especially with COVID, things have been very challenging for the restaurant industry as a whole. So we are a full service company. We have a zero cost to our client. We just share in the savings when we find them savings. And there's no expense, no outlay of cash on behalf of our client base. And we have recently acquired a group up in Washington, D.C. A second one's pending, a group out of Pasadena, California. Looks like they're going to sign up with us here in the near future. So we got a lot of restaurant groups that are desperately needing to save money. And because we're a no risk proposition, we got a lot of inquiries as to what we can do for them. And with the group here, anybody that you would be interested in turning us on to, there is a very, very rich referral program in place. So we would certainly want to talk with you about that as well.
And a good leader for us would be maybe like 100 franchise charcuterie board system, Randy.
His wheels are
You
all
got it. You got it.
We love it
And
ground level. And Kevin's right. It's a mailbox money. Easy, a lot of good referrals.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks, John.
Okay.
Thanks,
Thank
Howard.
you. Let's go to Terry. Good morning.
Me or the other Terry?
You're alone today.
No. Hello, everyone. Terry, today's restaurant news. Our group that we just did at 9 o'clock, our second group, we had new people. It turned out to be a really good group. We had someone join right away. We had a lot of good came from that, and this group is quite a bit larger, and we have so much going on here in between people, which is what it's supposed to be, a networking group, and it's turning out very nicely. A lot of inquiries. Unfortunately, there's a lot of conflict, so people are on waiting lists, which is a good thing. And what I do are the monthly leads. And actually, someone in the first group who just came on took the leads immediately. And those leads are done monthly. You would get them by the 9th in an Excel spreadsheet. Most of you know that. I think Pam also knows that. And then you would get 40 to, well, last month there was almost 80 brand new leads in Florida, brand new. So every month you're going to get 40 to 60, 70, 80 brand new leads in Florida. And that is a yearly report. So you would get that once a month in Excel. Delete what you want, keep what delete what you don't want, keep what you do, and share it with fellow coworkers. Sell part of it if they have certain territories. Being a sales manager for 10 years, if it were me, I'd say, hey, this is the territory I have, but I have part of this list in your territory, and take your worksheet and divide it so that you can give them, and they will pay you whatever you want, charge them whatever you want for, their part monthly. Smart thing to do. Anyway, so you get the owner's names, the email addresses, phone numbers, and where they're at in the phase. I got a huge one today, so I'm very happy. Big lead, big. So anyways, this could help every single one of you. And I might just put this in an email for you. Yes.
I have a quick question on that, because I know we're all calling on a lot of different companies and everything, and I've looked at the list, but at the end of the day, for all of us, it's kind of hard to contact our clients, our referrals, and that. I just wonder, as a group, has it ever been, and this is probably out in left field, but ever been considered to pull our resources and have just kind of an information person contact them and see where it is in the process, or do y'all do that already? And then give us that information so we're not randomly calling them if they've already moved or they don't. Do you understand what I'm asking?
Yeah, no, that's in the report. Like the first, Howard.
We have, as a member of the group, you will be included in a ad that lists everybody in both groups, and we do push that out to our database and to our contacts on social media, and every Monday morning, I believe, it's there. So yes, we have done that, and we will continue to do that.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay. Terry, you finished?
No, actually I wasn't.
Okay.
But, no, that's a good point. We give you where they're at in the construction phase, planning phase, permitting phase. Then we give you the contact information. We also give you, like, this particular one is massive. It's going to be like over 90,000 square feet of an entire couple of blocks of restaurants, hotels, et cetera, et cetera. And it's just now starting. So we have one in Florida, we have one in Georgia. You get the owner's names, phone numbers, and email addresses. And Pam, like you were saying, if you're blasting stuff out, if you've got your own newsletter, take those emails and add them to yours, and you can collect a lot of emails in a year. So that is
so we have permission to do that, to do that as far as
everyone does. That's the whole idea. I mean, people call and people email. It just depends. you
So
know,
I
what
would
you want to
set, Mhm. Go ahead.
No. I haven't had this. We've been doing the leads report about 9 years and I've never had an issue.
Yeah, so I could set this up in the system where all those leads are under, today's restaurant, et cetera. So that if anyone responds to one of them, no.
No, this is your personal list. Yours.
Yes, I understand.
So-
I'll talk to you about it later. I don't think I
Okay,
got
hon,
that
call
right.
me
Yeah,
later.
no big deal.
We'll
Yeah,
talk. Absolutely. Thanks, Pam.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. John Marinak, good morning.
Good morning, John Marinick Food Service Consultants. We design restaurants and hotels and anything dealing with food service. If you have a restaurant that needs to be designed, you want to eat something good, we're the guys to call. So anytime you need something designed, give us a call. Thank you. 954-817-1183.
Okay, thank you. John Bung, good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone's having a good week so far. My name is John Bunn. I'm with the BH Bun Company. We manufacture the bun tying machines. Been around 116 years now. Excuse me. Unfortunately, today's world, people enter the food that gets delivered by third-party deliveries. That's why we're here to help restaurants and other takeout orders and things to secure the bundles with twine. Twine's environment friendly. It takes about 2 seconds to tie a product. It doesn't matter if it's pizza box, 1, 2, 5, or even take out cartridges or for foods for restaurants where they eat in the house and they want to carry them out because you can't have plastic bags. You can't have a lot of plastic products. If anything like paper gets wet, then the bag will come apart, where twine doesn't have a problem. Our number is 800-222-BUN. Our website is buntyco.com and our email is info@buntyco.com. Give us a call because we can help you out. Thank you, Howard.
Thank you. Darren, good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Darren Gall, Tracy.net. We are a communications consulting and solution provider. We've been in the industry for over 33 years now. I personally have been in the industry for just over 32 years. So Tracy.net, we put our customers first. We try to really reach out, find the right solution at the right price. We give you that personal level of service that other companies will not. So whether you want to deal with AT&T, Comcast, Ring Central, 8x8, Nextiva, Jive, you name them. We work with all the carriers. We do tier 1 support. So we truly do make it easy for you to run your business, focus on what you do well while we take care of the systems behind it. Darren Gall, Tracy.net. It's 800-881-8899. We do handle service nationwide, so anybody can reach out to us and be happy to help. If you haven't looked at a phone bill in over a year, you're probably paying too much.
Mike Sinatra, are you back? Okay, well, let's go to the tag team of the Goddessmans.
The tag team, Batman and Robin. Actually,
Yeah,
I don't
Bob,
like
you
costume
take
on.
this one.
Either way,
Anyway.
happy birthday, Helen.
Thank you,
Right.
thank you. It was last
The good
week.
news is we became nonprofit about 3 weeks ago, which was really great. We had a great accountant, and we also had a lady who specialized in nonprofits. And it's interesting because she submitted it 3 weeks before we got approved. Now that is really amazing,
That's
absolutely
right.
amazing. That is incredible. She knows the system. Anyway, we actually have a mobile ice cream cart called Delicious Spoonfuls, and we employ people with disabilities, autism, Down syndrome, a bunch of things. We do a lot of corporate parties, events, weddings, and a whole bunch of other things. Very interesting thing happened. Actually, from a reference from John McCabe, we found a cart guy, and he's building the cart. We actually purchased it already, but I'm picking it up at the end of March. And I think I told you this, Howard, at the Cater Source event in Orlando. It's actually, believe it or not, this guy does weddings. He does extremely well. And he literally shared his whole marketing plan with us, which we're absolutely ecstatic about, you know, to how to approach caterers and, you know, people in the wedding industry and things like that. And he actually does really fantastic. We actually did an expo yesterday at the Sabana in Stewart. We have 3 more coming up. We have one next week, and then we have 2. We have one on the 9th and one on the 14th. A couple of business expos. So we're really, really excited about it. And finally, our website is hopefully going to be launched through BentoBox this coming up weeks. We had trouble with the color coordination. And I wanted to mention something quickly that Kevin brought up. Kevin, John, I have a cousin, he's a food broker. And one of the things we don't like is the fact is that I'm dealing with one of the ice cream companies right now, and they use, unfortunately, I don't know if a second party or third party in Tampa calls, what is it called? Suitors, Helen? Sutters. And apparently, the name our ice cream is the Chocolate Chap in Madison, Wisconsin, but they don't have any distributors down here. They only have it in Tampa, and it seems a little, I don't know, unorthodox to have another company, you know, as a distributor. So my cousin has been trying to get, you know, for us to be distributors, you know, to bring it down here. They don't distribute to the general public. Mostly, actually, they distribute to the general public.
Other ice cream shops.
Mostly ice cream parlors and I think grocery stores. I'm not sure exactly.
No grocery stores.
So, you know, we're working on a way so that we can store the ice cream in a location. And the company is very open for us to become distributors down here. But I don't know the right kind of techniques to negotiate with them. You know, that's the problem.
Robert, whenever offline here, just give me a call and we can talk about specifics.
All right, sounds good. But anyway, that's what we do. Right. And anyway, that's what we do. And we're really happy about it. It's really working out. And we're going to focus on the weddings. And we're really looking forward to Cater Sauce. In fact, he gave us 3 additional passes to get in, you know, because we were already doing business with them. And in the name of the company, like I said, I'm going to try to get them on the restaurant news and join. They've been extremely busy. The name of the company is called Cypress Custom Carts, and they're based in Houston, Texas.
Okay, great. Did I miss anybody besides Mike Sinatra? Are you back? Oh, Rob, how did I forget you? Sorry.
I was going to say, what the heck?
We still hearing your presentation from last week.
I don't need to say anything. You already know everything that I do.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. My name is Rob Smith, and I solve the labor shortage for small to mid-sized QSR restaurants by replacing hard-to-fill human cashier positions with self-ordering kiosks like the one you see behind me, manufactured by Samsung and powered by Grubber. Self-ordering kiosks improve the customer experience. They increase average tickets by automatic upselling. They increase order accuracy, and they just, you know, legitimize small businesses by deploying big business technology. If you have customers that are operating QSRs, then you have customers who would benefit from deploying kiosks. You can call me at 561-609-6405 or shoot me an email at rsmith@touchsuite.com. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I'll put you first next week. All right. If I didn't miss anybody, is your husband back, Casey? Well, Mike Sinatra, going once, going twice. Okay.
Okay, you tell us what he does.
Okay.
There's a no.
Mike's tied up with a client.
Back.
Is Shane back?
Yes,
Is he
he
back?
is.
Oh, there he
There
is.
he
Okay, Shane, why don't you say hello, Shane?
Good morning.
Morning.
That was short and sweet.
Now we know why I do the calls.
All right, let me I'm Howard Appel. I'm the founder and publisher of Today's Restaurant News. We've been publishing since 1996. Aside from our newspaper, which is on our website at trnusa.com, I just want to give you a quick rundown on one of the items that we offer, which is our email blast program. This email blast program is very effective. It is sent out to our database. Depending on your product, it could be up to 22,000 people. And it is then posted on social media. As I mentioned before, we can push this out to close to 500,000 potential readers. So, and that is because I belong to so many different groups on Facebook, LinkedIn, and those two, specifically LinkedIn, all within the industry. There's one group that's 104,000 members, and I'm getting very good response from those people in the groups because they're all over the world. So an email blast is very simple to do. All you have to do is give us an HTML file or a JPEG file. We put it into our format. You and I would come up with a date to send it out, and we do it. And again, I'm going to say that any type of advertising is based on, the success is based on repetitiveness. And those of you who have done it in the past know that it's just like building a building, a brick building. If you put the first brick down, you're starting. You have to go a long way to finish that building. And it's the same with any type of advertising or promotion. It's got to be done step by step and consistently. So that's what we do, and that's what we help to do. If anybody is interested, obviously, I'm here to talk. Rob, you know, it's funny that, where'd he go?
He left.
Found out.
Yeah,
Gotta go.
He had an appointment.
Well, it's funny that Rob mentioned,
I gotta take this. I'm sorry, guys.
it's funny that he mentioned Chef Irvine, because I was going to ask everybody here, did anybody see the episode of Restaurant Impossible that just aired this week? Okay, it was about two partners, two men who own a restaurant similar to Anthony's Runway in Fort Lauderdale. It's situated right on a airport, not a major airport, a small private airport. And it's a great location. And unfortunately for them, they felt the city built a kids' playground in an adjacent lot. So what happened to their business was they went from a restaurant that was catering to the pilots, to the workers at the airport, to people who wanted to have a business meeting. What happened was all of their business started coming in from the playground, and it was all kids running around, jumping on the tables, dropping food on the floor, just destroying and being disruptive. And of course, everybody who was there before didn't want to come back. So Robert Irvine came in to do his makeover of the restaurant. So hold that information for a second, because I'm going to tie this all together. It's funny because I just got a text, and I was just going to mention his name. One of our writers is a consultant. His name is David Scott Peters. He's based in Arizona, and he writes for us, and he does a lot of speaking at a lot of the trade shows. We're running one of his articles in March. But he said, the most successful people in the food service industry have a passion for hospitality and are persistent. And he has two categories of people that not only in the food service industry, and I'm sure you're going to say, oh, I've worked with this kind of a person, or I know this kind of a person. I'll give you the two that he said. People with fixed mindset. These are the people who see challenges as a roadblock. Negative things are always happening to them, and they can't overcome it. And they're always blaming somebody else. You know, if they get a price of food, it's the vendor's fault. If they get a bad Yelp review, it's a conspiracy against them. That everything is not their fault. Where you have the other people who are people with a growth mindset, who look at the challenges as an opportunity, and as we have been discussing here for months, actually, about people who saw the pandemic as a challenge and who pivoted and made changes. There are obstacles to overcome. Nothing will stop them from gaining success. So knowing I just told you, and then with these two partners from Robert Irvine's show, when they told him the problem, I said to myself, and I'm not going to tell you what I said until I tell you what Robert Irvine did. Robert Irvine came up with this idea that they should make school box lunches for the kids on the playground and charge $7 or $8 for you know, a sandwich, an apple, and a drink. Put it in, it's a cardboard box, and they can eat out at the playground. And for those kids who come in with their parents and they want to eat inside, they should put what they call cheese bread on the table with tomato sauce to keep the kids occupied while the meal is coming out. These two guys were so overcome with their failures that they couldn't see the forest for the trees. I mean, they were not even open for dinner in a location like that. So of course, Chef Irvine suggested that they open for dinner where they could get, you know, a better price for their meal and get obviously better profits. So I said, that's exactly what I said to myself when I saw the issue. I saw the problem. They at first were astonished that he would come up with something like that and that they would even consider doing it. But they did, and they were real happy. But the point that I was trying to make is that, again, we're back to people who are going to be successful are people who are going to be able to pivot and to solve problems that come to them, you know, unannounced and most of the time frequently. So, I mean, have you ever worked with somebody with a fixed mindset and that you had to overcome them? And there's one more category that I want to add to this article, and it's called "Yeah, but." Have you ever been asked to come into, you know, act as a consultant? I'm sure John Marinak sees this all the time, and you go in and you tell the customer what it is they need to do. You know it's 100% right, and the customer says, "Yeah, but my chef doesn't like to do it that way," or my manager doesn't want to do this. Oh, yeah, but. How do you overcome people who have this negative mindset and the yeah, but attitude?
I give them three.
I
give them three
I got a
times.
suggestion.
Well, let me get John first.
I give them I give them my opinion three times. If they don't like my opinion, then I love their opinion and I do everything I can to make their opinion work. And if it doesn't work, it's on them. And
wow, that's really, you can't beat that.
Yeah.
There's no beating that.
And I make it very, very clear that I've seen this before. I've been through this before. I have it right now with a chef that I tell people all the time, if the chef is not the owner, do not design around the chef because
Right.
the chef will not be there tomorrow.
That's exactly what happened to me when I was in New York. I designed an Italian restaurant kitchen and laid it out like you would have and presented it. And the owner said, "Yeah, but my chef wants this." I said, "Let me tell you something. The chef leaves, you're going to be up the creek without a paddle." And sure as hell, a month later, the chef walked out.
Yeah. And I told the guy just recently, I said, I'm telling you now, put it to the chef and watch what the chef does. And the chef is dictating to him what to do. And sure enough, he put it to the chef and the chef told him what to do. And he started listening to the chef. And I said, I'm telling you, if you listen to the chef, this chef is going to keep running the shop and this shop is going to go downhill. And now if you make up your mind, this chef is going to go ahead, he's going to threaten to quit, and it's going to be the best thing that's going to happen to you. And you better have somebody else to fall on. And that was his fear, is he didn't have somebody else. And I said, that's really what your problem is that you are the problem. You don't have somebody else to fall on. And so that's what we did. We got him somebody else to fall on. And as soon as he put it to the chef threatened to quit. And he told the chef, there's the door. And as soon as that happened, the door hit him in the butt.
They're paying you for your expertise and then they don't listen to you.
I love it. I love it.
Rob, Dr. Rob.
Yeah, Howard, what you said earlier, just a minute ago, was turning the negative into a positive. There was a well-known psychologist that I know very well who wrote the book on this, and he actually did a similar kind of schematic at the Florida Association for Behavioral Analysis, like about 9 years ago or so. His name was Nathan Azarin, very well known. And he wrote a book called Habit Reversal Therapy. I think everybody should get that book. And in it, it literally changes negative contingency responses, reinforced responses to positive ones. And you read that book, it could apply to all these chefs and everybody in that book. And it's a way to really cut it out. There's a lady, his daughter, unfortunately now my friend, like I said, she's suffering from dementia. She's 93, but by 93 years old. Her daughter, Rachel, literally wrote the book on this. She should actually come on this Zoom and she could educate you on how to, actually turn around, this whole dialogue of what's going on in the restaurant, between chefs and everything like that. Rachel Azarin, she's amazing. Her and her father wrote this book, Habit Reversal. I strongly urge everybody to get that book.
Well, I'm sure there are plenty of restaurant managers out there or restaurant workers who have that yeah, but attitude.
Right.
Well, chefs are very pompous by nature, and they want it their way. I'm in here cooking, I want it my way. I can't do it your way. And they have, historically, that's how they are. Not all of them, but many of them, many of the better chefs. So it's hard to convince them any other way, except the owner of the restaurant is the owner of the restaurant. And if he doesn't put his foot down, it's his own fault. Like John Marinick said, it's his own fault. You're the boss. Like if somebody works for us, they're not going to tell us what to do. They would be gone the next day. You can't, so you have to be the boss if you're not the chef. Exactly right.
Yeah, I was going to say a big way to do that is to identify pain points. So if the solution they're looking at and the way they want to go isn't the best solution, like John said, he presents his solution to them. I kind of take that a step further in the sense of trying to identify the pain points in the way they want to go, and just say, well, have you thought about how this would affect this? Just guide them through. And it's what you're really doing is creating a gap from where they are today to where you want them to be. And the bigger that gap is that you can create, now they're asking you for your help, because they now realize that, hey, this isn't going to work. I need this guy's help. And that's
Yeah.
another way to approach that.
That's great.
That's great. And you have a lot of patience, Darren, and you have a lot of, you can see that you and John, as I listen to you and John Marinick, I hear a lot of just a kindness and a warmness towards people and trying to help them rather than getting disgusted and mad and saying, well, it's going to blow up in your face and walking out the door, which a lot of people would do. But you guys are not like that. You will sit and take the time to explain why.
Yeah, well, I love solving problems. And that is, why I also mentor a robotics team. I love to help kids to learn how to problem solve. It's a skill that not a lot of people have in the world, not effectively anyway. But just to be able to really look at a situation, and I love to be told it can't be done. Those are my favorite words to hear from anybody, that, it can't be done. And if it doesn't defy the laws of physics, it can be done. It's just whether or not it's feasible to do. The only exception to that is the bumblebee, because by physics, the bumblebee cannot fly, yet it does. So even don't let physics laws keep you from trying.
You're exactly right.
28
And it's that very admirable. Very admirable.
So you see that kind of an instance is turning around and saying to that chef or that person, what's good about it? Let's turn that into a more positive resolution, find out what their strengths are, and try to build upon that. They get very irritated because they don't want change. And, it's a very difficult thing to change to something
Rob,
new.
Dr. Rob, when somebody gets hired as a chef, and I'm sure Dario can speak to this, if you're working for a restaurant that's a good restaurant that's been around, even a chain restaurant, they have a menu that you have to follow. You can't deviate from the menu. You should get a spec book with all the recipes, and that's what you do.
But the recipes always change. They bring in their favorite recipes, and they will.
But they have to submit them for approval.
Unless it's a chain restaurant that you can't, but the other ones will bring in their specialty dishes, and they will insist.
Yeah, Howard, let me speak to that a little bit as a chef and a personal experience that I have, because like being back there and cooking and, being the rush, it sometimes like the atmosphere, sometimes it gets a little like hectic, but I mean, kitchen manager or executive chef, it needs to be a problem solver person, right? And I mean, if everything is standardized with recipes and, this is the way it's gonna go, so that's the way it needs to be done, right? There's no shortcuts with like 7 ingredients or, this is the SKU of that especially product to be able to have this dish, right? Also, what we need to add to that is the training piece for the people, right? So the way that you're gonna train the people is gonna be back there to, to be able to have that idea from the restaurant owner or from the chain, or even as being a restaurant owner myself, like some years ago back in South America. I mean, I can create, but the way when you're not there and you're not looking, that's the training piece, right? Like everybody needs to know what is it. And like Darren said, right? Like the coaching part to the person, always give them the opportunity to be able to learn it. Because sometimes you maybe don't get it in the first one or on the second one, but the coaching part is really important. And also it's important for the people around you, look at you as a leader, right? Yes. So they can follow you up. I think that's also important. Be always, it's not like, you messed up and that's it. And, like always trying to coach them from the mistakes and until they get it. I mean, how many strikes you're going to give them, that's just another conversation. But yeah, I think executive chef or, it needs to be a problem solver person and take those problems as an opportunity to improve.
Exactly.
Well
Okay,
said.
I want to officially end this meeting because it's running over time. I want to thank everybody for coming today. And if you'd like to join us here at the meeting, please give us a call at 561-620-8888 or go to our website at trnusa.com and visit our YouTube channel at Today's Restaurant to see other videos and leave a comment and to subscribe. If you all haven't subscribed, please do. And again, we'll thank you all for coming. We'll see you next week. I'll keep this window open for those of you who want to hang around.